So we're back with another episode all about content marketing, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys again. If you're new to this podcast, welcome. Today we're discussing a very important topic for anyone who manages or has their own medical or aesthetic business and wants to scale that business on social media with content marketing. But more specifically, this episode is for anyone struggling to do one of three things: generate awareness around their brand, build trust with potential patients, and attract new patients online. And for those who don't know what content marketing is, just think of all the material that you publish online with the intent of sharing it with an audience. All of that material is considered content, and by distributing it online, you're technically marketing it to your followers. I've created a completely free content marketing guide with 10 actionable strategies that you can start applying today to get better results from your social media posts and email marketing campaigns. So before we get started, I want you all to grab my free downloadable content marketing guide. You can find it at patientgrowthaccelerator.com/content or in the show notes below. And once you do, I really want you to use this step-by-step guide as a framework for creating more effective content. So the Content Marketing Institute shows that 86% of B2C marketers think content marketing is the most effective marketing strategy. So if the marketing experts are using content marketing to get better results, then you definitely need to be applying content marketing to your strategies as well. Content marketing is the most effective inbound marketing strategy that can help your business attract quality patients by consistently educating your target customers about your products or services while building awareness of your brand. So how can you start using content effectively to market your business? Essentially, you're consistently showing up online to provide authentic and valuable content to your target audience. But to make this process easier, I'm going to share a 5-step content marketing checklist with you to get started. So let's dive in. Step number 1. Start with a strategic plan. Chances are, if your healthcare marketing strategy is not doing what you need it to do, it's probably because you don't have a strategic plan for your content. Did you know that 63% of healthcare businesses do not have a documented content marketing strategy? Which means that they're probably wasting a ton of time and money creating content that does not provide value to their customer. And as a result, they are not going to get great results. And that can be really frustrating. The last thing I want for you is to be wasting valuable time and money creating content that does not help your business grow. By creating a solid content marketing strategy, you'll have a clear understanding of what content to create. You'll understand why you should create it and get a crystal clear understanding on who you're creating it for. These are all questions that I answer in my online learning program, Patient Growth Accelerator Academy. If you've spent countless hours trying different marketing strategies and you're frustrated and tired of getting little to no results, then register for my program. I'll personally give you simple, actionable steps to create your own 12-month healthcare content marketing plan so that you don't have to feel lost or overwhelmed trying to figure it out alone. Sign up today at patientgrowthaccelerator.com or click the link in my show notes below. Patient Growth Accelerator Academy is designed to empower people like you with an actionable roadmap, one-on-one support, and the in-depth practical training and resources that you need to be more successful at what you do. Go to patientgrowthaccelerator.com or click the link in my show notes below. Okay, so moving on. Step number 2, decide on a platform for content distribution. Now this one is tricky because I know it's tempting to get carried away with all of the different platforms and publish your brand absolutely everywhere. But instead, I want you to only choose an online marketing platform that speaks directly to your target patient and consistently publish to it every single week. Not every month, but at minimum once per week. For instance, if your target patient lives on Instagram or Pinterest, then focus on those 2 platforms for content distribution and show up consistently. Now, I know that this sounds like a ton of work, but I guarantee that it will help improve your marketing results. Now, if you're the type of person who literally has no time to even fit this into your busy schedule, then visit my marketing agency at visualvybstudios.com. We have a bunch of content marketing elves who will happily do everything for you. From content strategy and creation to social media management. Just click the link in my show notes below. So when I first started out with building my brand, and I'm talking about my first brand ever, this was the first business I ever started. I was on every single platform that you can think of, and believe me, it gets very overwhelming if you don't research the right distribution platforms for your target customer. I mean, I was exhausted going back and forth on Tumblr, Pinterest, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, you name it. I was on all of them because I thought I had to be, and I saw almost no progress from everything that I was doing. Fast forward to today, with multiple successful businesses, I can safely say I now know where my audience lives. I know they use things like YouTube, LinkedIn, podcasts, and Facebook because that's where I get qualified leads. So now it's easier for me to connect with them more effectively because I know where my audience hangs out online. So once you have that nailed down, you can then move on to researching the best content mediums to help you communicate your message on those platforms. Which brings me to step number 3. Choose a content marketing medium that they actually engage with. Now you're probably wondering, Shanice, what medium can I use and how do I even know if my medium's engaging or not? There are so many different mediums to choose from, I will warn you. This is another step where you can easily get carried away. Here are some examples. Video posts, podcast episodes, blog posts, webinars, infographics, live video interviews, social media posts, email newsletters, and so much more. So many options to choose from, you guys, but I challenge you to choose no more than 3 mediums to start with because I want you to set a realistic target and work towards perfecting it. And then I want you to spend 60% of your time creating content so valuable your target customer wants to keep following your brand for more. Now, if you're wondering what to do with the other 40%, stick around for the final step at the end of this episode. I'll reveal where that 40% should be allocated. Each business is different, but I will say, video content is one medium you should definitely add to your list as a top priority. A recent study shows that 58% of patients prefer visual content, with their main preference being video. I'd highly recommend that you make video content an essential medium in your content marketing strategy because it's the most effective medium available today. Lastly, I also want you to think about ways that you can repurpose the same content that you create across all 3 mediums, across all 3 platforms, so that you're not wasting time creating new content each week. The goal should not be quantity, but quality. I really want you to spend the majority of your time creating valuable content because that is the golden ticket, my friend. The most important part of your entire strategy is to offer value. On that note, let's discuss strategy number 4, create valuable content. So remember, I want you to spend about 60% of your time creating valuable content that your target customer wants, or even better, they absolutely need it because it is answering a problem that they are experiencing right now. For instance, if I'm struggling with discolored teeth, content that I'd like to see from a dentist would be something like how to whiten your teeth in 30 days, or something like that. Create content so good that it leaves your audience wanting more. But don't give it all away. Hold on to your good stuff because you still need them to pay for your actual services. So just give them part of the solution while encouraging them to reach out to you for the entire package, if you know what I mean. By creating content that your audience cares about, you're teaching them about your products and services and are generating awareness of your brand. You're building trust, creating relationships, and then driving revenue. I always tell my students in PGA Academy to provide value first, then sell. Because value builds trust and credibility, and trust and credibility builds lasting relationships with your patients. Okay, so the last one, step number 5, promote your content. Remember when I mentioned that 60% of your time should be used for creating valuable content? Now the other 40% involves strategically promoting it online. What good is your content if no one is able to see it? You want to make sure that your content is reaching the right audience, and you also want to make sure that you have provided a way for them to share it online. Now, if you've never run promotional ads before, I would definitely recommend learning the basics on how to do it yourself and then outsource it if you have to. It's important that you have a clear understanding of what goes into running promotion-based ads before directing an expert to do it for you. I've seen so many physicians and practice managers unfortunately get taken advantage of by agencies who specifically hide data from their clients. A way around that would be to learn how to read and analyze it yourself and also understand exactly what goes into creating a social media ad campaign. I cover all of this in detail in Patient Growth Accelerator Academy and show my students simple ways to measure your marketing impact. If you'd like to join my program, simply go to patientgrowthaccelerator.com or click the link in my show notes below. My last recommendation would be to monitor the performance of your ads and use that information to enhance your content strategy for next time. Because remember, the goal is to keep showing up consistently with the valuable content that is engaging and distributed effectively on the most relevant online marketing platforms. Well, that's it. I hope you found this episode to be valuable and helpful. These recording sessions are something that I honestly look forward to. I get to virtually help so many of you with different strategies to help your business thrive. So thank you for joining me on this episode, and definitely subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. It gets a little lonely on this side of the microphone. So let me know if you're enjoying this podcast by leaving a rating and review. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the Visual Vybz Studios YouTube channel. That's VYBZ for Vybz. Okay, bye now.